This playthrough is rated T for teen. Chapter 6, December 23rd, 1980. The mystery gets deeper, where we find out more about Kyle Hyde's dad, and the mystery of Condor. But did you know there's a prize to be won? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Last Window, The Secret of Cape West. In the last episode, we sold some items for our boss, so now we're back on his good side, and learned a little bit of information about what the, about what Kyle's going through, this, peak information, and also bugs all about the place. A little man trying to get some more information than they should. But let's continue on and see where we're going from here. December 23rd, Tuesday morning. I'm woken up by the sound coming from the TV. And that was tomorrow's weather. Huh? What's that noise? God, I must have fallen asleep in front of the TV. Now for today's special feature. We take a look at the jewelry robberies that rocked LA 2 decades ago. It was apparent that a crime ring was stealing jewels and selling them on the black market, but the group itself vanished from the face of the earth some 13 years ago. The LAPD are investigating the current spat of jewelry robberies in the area, and considering the possibility that they may be connected to these past robberies. This is Robert Harrison for 5 News, signing off. Turn that stuff off. As I try to pull myself out of bed, I feel the alcohol still lingering in my stomach. It all comes back to me. I remember talking to Dylan, then being invited to the bar by Tony for a few drinks. As I try to get my thoughts from the day before in order, I make my way over to the window and open the blinds. The brightness flooding in through the tiny windows sets my room aglow. I lean against the window with my eyes half closed, my body bathed in light. As I gradually open them, I see the familiar backdrop come into focus before me. It's a shame that my days of seeing this first thing in the morning are numbered. Now that I think about it, my mom must have seen a similar sight. After my dad was killed on the morning Mom and I planned to leave this town, she stood in front of the window in the room she'd once shared with Dad. She said nothing, just stared into the distance. I splashed a couple of handfuls of water onto my face. Then throw on some clothes. Damn, my throat's so dry. Can't believe I got drunk on a Monday night. Such a bum. Yeah, bum, Rocky. You'll be nothing but a bum. There's only one remedy for this. A trip to the cafe. To get drunk? Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know. Now let's get out of here and find our way to the cafe and see what's going on there. Well, we gotta eat at some point, right? So, yeah, why not? If I could eat at a cafe every day and not have to worry about cooking my meals for the cost of it, I would do it all the time. Huh? What was that noise? Huh? The elevator? I thought it didn't work. What's going on here? Ah, Mags, what you doing here? Well, hello there, Mr. Hyde. Looks like the elevator's working again. After all the inconvenience, it's finally been repaired. You and the other residents will be able to make use of it from today onwards. It's a shame that it got repaired so close to that when we'll have to vacate, though. Even so, this should make it more convenient for everyone when they move their things. I'm sure it will. However, every single lining has its cloud. The vending machine in the lobby is to be removed tomorrow. But my prizes! Oh wait, we already got the prize. I see, that's a shame. I can't tell you how often I made use of the old thing. You were a frequent customer, were you? Miss Patrice, could you delay removing the machine until the last day instead? I love the cool pop from that machine. I think I'm addicted to the stuff. What was it, like Crystal Pepsi or something like that? I remember finding a random machine like when I was in the Boy Scouts, and that was like 20 years ago, and it was a random machine that had
the clear Pepsi in it, and the clear Pepsi had been discontinued for like a decade at that point, or something crazy like that. It was just crazy just seeing that. I was like, ugh, how old is this stuff? Much as I'd love to do so, Mr. Hyde, I'm afraid I can't. I fully appreciate that all the tenants are under a lot of stress and strain, but please don't forget that I am as well. I have so many things to do before then. I wouldn't want there to be any last-minute trouble before I hand the place over. Huh, has there been trouble before? None whatsoever. Well, that's certainly good news. And before you ask, Mr. Hyde, I haven't brought up the little discretion from before. To be completely honest with you, I'd soon forget about the whole thing. Miss Patrice? It's my head. Are you alright? I do apologize. I sometimes have episodes like this. I get really sharp pains in my head all of a sudden. Sounds like a migraine. It's not. Or no, what was it? It's a tumor. It's a tumor. It's gotta be a tumor. No, it's not a tumor. I'm gonna have to leave you for now. Miss Patrice heads back to her office, or room. So it looks like our beloved vending machine is gonna disappear tomorrow. Well, last time. Now, if you want to go on the plot, you can actually go straight to the vending machine, but I'll show you some extra dialogue. We're going to the cafe. The reason we can go to the vending machine is because the cafe the door is locked tight. Looks like I'm too early. The cafe is not open yet. No sense of wasting a trip, though. I'll just grab something from the trusty machine. But it's got soda. That's not that's not food. That's like carbonated water. It's not good for you. You know how much sugar is in that stuff? It's one of those things where you're younger, you're fine with that, but then when you get older, you're like, good lord, I was just drinking basically whole cans of sugar. I'm pretty thirsty. Maybe I should get something to drink. Sorry, I've become like more healthy, obsessed in my later days, so. Oops. Yeah, get something to drink. Whoops, sorry, I need to actually use the coins on the machine, so. Where's my quarters? There we go. What'll it be? I mean, we might as well do his favorite drink, even though we've done all the other ones before, but... Yeah, I'll go with one last cool pop. If you didn't do the vending machine before, this is required to do it, so you have to do it eventually. I just wanted to do it earlier when I did, just so I could get that and the mini game or the quiz done as soon as I could, just so I wouldn't forget about it. Cool pop, my favorite drink. I opened the bottle and glugged the whole thing down. I drink this all the time, but it's just as tasty as ever. That's called being an addict there, Kyle. But this time it might come with a prize. This bottle cap. It's just an ordinary bottle cap. Better luck next time, I guess. If you haven't won yet, for whatever reason, you'll win now. But I've already won it, so you can't win it multiple times. So. Alright. Now let's head back out, since it's my pager. I better head back to my room. It's like Rachel or the boss are on this, so. Yeah, like I said, I did all that earlier just to get kind of out of the way as soon as I could, so. But if you want to wait till now, that's fine too. Because you'll eventually be able to turn in the bottle cap to get basically the handheld game. Huh? Morning. Hey. Have you been out? I've just been to the lobby to get something to drink. Woke up with one hell of a dry throat. Sounds like someone can't take their liquor. I can still feel it sloshing around. That's funny, man. Hey, watch it. Now, come on, you gotta admit, you don't really have that much. Didn't have that much. Maybe not, but after hearing your song, I think all that bourbon went straight to my head. Good excuse. Well, it was good for me to have an audience for once. It really helped me sing. Hey, Tony. Yeah, they did all that off screen. Last night I had the pleasure of listening to the latest song he's written. Everyone can fall in love, but not everyone can keep up with it. Sorry, I'm not even that great of a singer, and I'm trying to do it in my dude bro voice, so that just makes it even worse. Wasn't that bad, your song, I mean. Oh? Don't act so surprised. I'm not so proud that I can't compliment someone on a fine piece of work, you know. So, it appealed to you? Yeah, it did. Is it that bad? No, but I guess that means it's not gonna make it big time. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing, man. Just yanking your chain. I'm just seriously stoked that you like the song, that's all. He's just teasing him. You got a radio in your room? Yeah, I got one. Why? Have you ever listened to a show called Rock and Soul? Can't say I've heard of Soul Train, but can't say I have. Do me a favor and listen to it today. Truth is, I got a call from one of their producers I used to know, and he promised to try out a demo tape I sent. Says he'll see what the audience thinks. So your radio song's gonna be on the radio? But radio can't kill the music star, or something like that. Or radio killed the music. Or is it video music killed the radio star? Whatever. Yeah, it's been quite a while. It'll be on at 11 a.m. I'm heading out now to see if I can find somewhere with the radio switched on. And that way I can see how the people listen and react when it comes on. Tony seems to be in high spirits as he leaves. Rock and Soul, 11 o'clock, huh? I suppose I can find the time to give it a listen. But for now, let's head back to the room and call the boss or Rachel, probably most likely. Well, we usually have to talk to Rachel first anyway. Hey, if you ever called a number and get a cute girl every time you talk, I think you do it all the time too. Time to give Rachel a call. Actually, we don't know what Rachel sounds like, but you know, you can assume.
Red Crowd, how may I help you?
Hi, Rachel, it's me. What's up?
The sky, silly.
No.
I've uncovered some info on the condor like you asked. It seems that the symbol Hotel Cape West used was that of a condor.
Their symbol?
Yes. When the hotel was still in business, they designed a mark in the shape of a condor.
I mean, is it the Mark of the Condor, or is it Flight of the Concorde? I'm trying to remember. There's a couple of movies that have that Concorde theme to it.
It was the official symbol of Hotel Cape West.
That's interesting.
There's something else, Kyle. Something I'd like to ask you. It's been on my mind for a while now.
Sure, what is it?
It's Ed. He's out at the moment meeting with some friend of his from the LAPD. He told me he was meeting this friend to get more information on Frank Raver like you asked.
And?
Well, when he asked about Frank Raver yesterday, Ed told you that he'd heard the name, but he didn't know the guy.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure he was lying to you, Kyle. He was acting real strange after that call. He pulled an old note out from one of his drawers, opened it, and just stared at it. I heard him mutter something under his breath, too. It sounded like, why now?
Sounds like there's more to Ed and Frank's relationship than they're letting on. Well, this is a game of conveniences, am I right?
I get the same feeling. That's why I thought I'd let you know.
You made the right call.
Oh, and another thing, you'll be pleased to hear that Mila is staying at my place now.
I see.
I was wondering if you could spare some time to go for a meal with us tomorrow night. It'll be the first Christmas Eve you'll have spent time with her. I think it'd be nice to get together this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll call again, Kyle.
I mean, Rachel seems like a nice girl, you know. 11 a.m. 11 o'clock. Guess Rock and Soul's going to be starting now, about now. All right, let's check the radio and see about listen to that beautiful music. I better switch on the radio and have a listen. All right, turn it on. Oops, there we go. All right, I need to head it down to. Oops, there we go. What wrong way? Oh, come on. I have to go slow. It seems like. Come on. There we go. We open today on Rock and Soul with this inspirational track. This is the latest track from everyone's favorite rocker, Tony Wolf. I'm sure you remember Wolf as the man who caused quite a stir with his debut album. This time, Wolf shocks us with a calm, melodious ballad for the Christmas season. Everyone listen up. Here's Belief. And stay tuned for even more hits. So this is Tony's song. Not a bad song. What did Tony tell me last night?
I'd really like to release another record. If I can't get any interest from a record label, I'll just have to put it on my own.
That's like with writing. You almost have to self-publish if you really want to get anything these days.
Problem is, then I gotta scrape together the cash. It's times like these I wish I could just win the lottery or something.
Interesting. Interesting turn of phrase. I think I'll grab the chance and go and get a coffee or something at the cafe. $12 p.m. Did it really take us an hour to listen to the radio? Huh. Yeah, alright. Alright, well, anyway, let's head back to the cafe after listening to, I think it counts. It's not just the hour, but it's like, you know, what we do after listening to it to get to that point, I think. So. Technically, I could use the elevator, but I'm not. It's almost just as fast to go through the walk, so. Huh? It's Frenchman. No,
Don, I thought I did quite well.
Charles? What's the problem? Are you having troubles again?
It seems I missed out on the prize.
So you entered the crossword prize draw, huh?
Of course. Especially since there's 1,000 to be won. If I won, I could afford to buy a brand new camera to use for filming. I guess things didn't go my way this time, though.
Bad luck.
I'll see you later, Mr. Hyde.
Charles finished talking and walks away. Yeah, don't play the lottery because it's basically, I mean, you know what the odds are of winning the lottery? And most people win the lottery, they usually win it by having multiple people in groups buying tickets together, and they just split the prize. Well, not all times, but a lot of times they do that. That's the way. And sometimes people have won the lottery multiple times in a row, which that kind of actually makes me angry, to tell you the truth.
Good morning, Mr. Hyde.
Hey, Claire. What's today's coffee?
It's mocha from Yemen. It has a distinct bitterness with a strong flavor. I'm sure you like it, Mr. Hyde.
I'll take one. Black.
You got it.
Hey, Claire, today's the day the prize draw results come out, right? We finally get to see who the winner is?
Right, the results are over there on the wall.
Well, yeah, another reason I wanted to do the vending machine is is so I could do like the prize, but also get the quiz done at the same time. It's just easier that way. But yeah, if you didn't turn in the prize by this point, I mean, obviously you'd have to have done it by day 5. Then you can't participate in this whole thing, which doesn't change the plot that much. You just miss out on some extra dialogue and some stuff at the end of the game. But right, I see them now. Okay, thanks. Claire moves away and heads towards the kitchen. All right, let's take a look at the stuff there. The winner. There's a note pinned to the wall. Congratulations! The winning number for the crossword puzzle is number 53. To collect your prize, please ask at the shop. Okay, here's the winning number. Now, where did I put my entry slip? Dun dun dun! Wow! Yeah, we win. I won! Is this thing for real? Well, you actually have to get it right, first of all. But 2, yeah, if you get it right and turn it in, you win automatically. So we won $1,000. All right. Could be just happy, happy, happy. Now let's go talk to Sydney there. Hey, Sydney. How'd you do? Well, let me show you that slip there. Where's the entry slip again? I was like. See for yourself. I passed Sydney my entry slip. Just a minute, this number. Looks like your luck's in, Mr. Hyde. So I've got some luck left after all. Congratulations, Mr. Hyde. Here's your check. It's not one of those huge checks, it's actually a legitimate check. I received a check for $1,000. I'm glad it was you that won. I hope the extra cash comes in handy. Do we really, I mean, does Hyde actually need money that badly? That's kind of one of those interesting things. Like, is he actually deadbeat at this point, or has he got okay amount of money saved up, you know?
Sorry about the wait. Here's a cup of today's coffee. Make sure you take in the beautiful aroma while you're drinking it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, Mr. Hyde,
Yeah?
can I ask you for a favor?
That pretty girl like yourself? Yeah, sure. It's a little out of the blue, but sure, go ahead.
Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
No problem if you think I can help somehow.
Not here, though. I'd rather my dad didn't hear.
Huh. Okay. So where can we talk then?
Come in the kitchen a little later and we talk there. But make sure he doesn't see you trying to get in.
Got it. Claire moves away and heads towards the kitchen. I wonder why she did that. Well, anyway. See if Sydney has anything else to say now. Hey, Sydney. Come on, damn it. Sydney? It's no good. Sydney? Huh? Oh, didn't see you there, Mr. Hyde. What are you doing? That's got you so busy you didn't notice your own customers. Is there anything I can help you with? Just a little problem, nothing to worry about. You can tell me, maybe I can help. I doubt that, Mr. Hyde. No offense, but this is one issue I'll have to take care of. I see. Just plain forgot is all. It was something I needed to take care of today, too. No matter how I try, I just can't seem to remember what it was. That is a problem. Yeah, quite in buying them in. Hang on. Did you remember? I think it might be coming back to me. I'm starting to remember. Let's leave it. Let's not interrupt him. Let's leave him to his thoughts. ... I got it. ... Claire. Just now, Claire. Did you remember what it was? Yeah, I got it. I can't believe I forgot that of all things. What was this thing of all things? Of all the things to forget. I feel like there's a reason you forgot it. What'd you forget? Was it that you forgot, my friend? It was nothing serious. Sorry if I panicked you just then. Today's Tuesday, right? I think so. The roster dictates that Tuesday's my day to take care of the twats. Joy. Your turn. Yeah, I never forgot all about it too. If I had to remember when I did, I'd be on the receiving end of a grilling from Claire. You're the father, though, right? Glad to hear you avoided grilling then. Is that a... Never mind. Looks like I'd better get my skates on and see to those toilets. If you need me, just shout in that general direction. Sydney disappears in the billiards room. Looks like this is a chance I've been waiting for. Yeah, now we need to go talk to Claire. Now that, yeah, headed into the kitchen. We haven't been in the kitchen yet, so another new room we can check out. There she is. There's better be something important and not something that only I can take care of. Yeah, let's see if there's anything I can actually examine in here. Another dull brown box, so there's one smaller than the others I've seen. There's a delivery note stuck on the flaps on the top, so I can't look inside. It's a can of tomato puree. There's an oddly shaped bottle on the shelf that holds some kind of seasoning. If it ain't mayonnaise, I ain't interested. Man, you realize mayonnaise, huh? I mean, I like mayonnaise to an extent, but not that much. Another bottle of red wine. There's a clear glass jar perched on the bottom shelf. This can is full of mushrooms. Well, that was worth looking into. The top shelf has some huge cans of food on it. They must buy in bulk. Well, it's cheaper to do it that way. A can of mystery sauce. It's a mystery because there's no label. Hope Sydney knows what it is. According to the label, at least, this bottle contains olive oil. I go extra virgin myself, even though it's more expensive. The bottle of wine on the top shelf has already been opened already. This wine's more for cooking than for drinking, I suspect. Yeah, pretty common. A bottle of wine, if only it wasn't for cooking. Yeah, just drink that sucker. I don't think there's anything else I can examine anyway. Okay. Gotta check everything out once. There's two large bags stood against the wall. Can't tell what's in them, but it looks like it could be some of Claire's fancy coffee beans. It's a door for a walk-in refrigerator. Makes sense the cafe would need a refrigerator this big. Man, I wonder how much power that sucks up, though. The shelf holds frying pans and saucepans. Some are stainless steel and some are aluminum. Pan for every occasion. I can see various cooking implements on the top shelf. There's a chalkboard on the wall. If I look closely, I can just about see some writing that has been fully erased. It appears to have been a list of ingredients they need to buy more of. It's a couple of cardboard boxes. I doubt there's anything important in them. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, we were check that one out. 9 times out of 10, you usually don't need to examine stuff like this. I just do it for fun. At the bottom are some industrial use ovens. Underneath the stovetop is a pair of cupboards. The doors are spotlessly clean. On this side of the room, there's a whole series of gas ranges. They're all very old and used, but they've been well maintained. Guess they need this many or they would be screwed whatever business got good. I used to actually have to cook on a gas grill when I was younger. My family had them, and now everyone has electrical grills. So the whole idea of having to light the pilot is a foreign concept to me nowadays because I haven't had to use a gas grill in like 30 years or something like that. This frying pan is made out of cast iron. It's a place ready to fry some eggs. I could eat some eggs right now. There's a stainless steel pot on top of the stove. The eggs you lift up, the kind you lift up with both hands. Yeah, I usually don't have to cook with stuff like that. I usually don't have anything that big. There's a big old sink and some cupboards underneath it too. The sink is very clean. Glad they're not washing the dishes in a dirty sink. A few stacks of clean and shiny plates are sitting just next to the sink. They've been dried off with a towel as well. Above the sink, there is a row of large cupboards. I better not open them. Some dishes might fall to hit me on the head, like a Looney Tunes character. There's a large extractor installed above the stovetops. It's showing its age a little, especially the filter. Time to clean that sucker out. Most people kind of forget the filters. Because it's just one of those things that, you know, that just kind of gets forgotten about. In the middle of the room, there's a metal workstation with its own sink. Like a lot of relics in this place, it's pretty beat up. There's some kind of tin can on the top of the work surface. There's no label on it. I wonder what it's a can of. Mystery meat. There's scraps of paper. These scraps of paper have some recipes written on them. This looks like Sydney's handwriting. A bowl and some ingredients. Wonder what could whip up with all this. Nothing. A small bowl has been left on the worktop. It's empty. Well, that was worth some my time. Every size of frying pan you'd ever need is hanging above the workstation. Convenient. And I think that's it for all this stuff. Whoops. I didn't mean to click that on a second. No, but I already grabbed that one, so. Whoops. Keep it, yeah. Okay. Actually, I didn't show off what the check says when you look at. Check for $1,000. Got this as a prize. It's cashable for a cool $1 grand. So better make sure it doesn't get stolen. Okay. Alright, let's talk to Claire, see what she needs to say. I'd be more than willing to help you out, my dear. Hi, Claire.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hyde. Oh, Mr. Hyde.
I'm here. Let's talk.
Thanks for coming.
So, what's on your mind?
Well, it's
what? You what?
Oh, right.
What?
Before I tell you what I wanted to say, there's something else I'd like to ask you for help with. Dad told me to open a jar of maple butter, but the lid's too tight. Would you mind doing it for me?
You got a tight lid that only I can open, huh? I knew it was a man's job. No problem. Give it to me.
Thanks. Here you go.
Da-da-da-da. I receive a jar of maple butter.
The lid was on so tightly I couldn't even get it to budge. I could have tried heating it, but the butter's getting a funny taste when it's warmed.
Ugh. Alright, so now we need to open this jar. Now, there's actually 2 ways to open it. There's a legitimate way, and there's like a comical way to do this. Okay, so what we need to do is basically we need to use the microphone and take the lid to the right. There we go. And we just fling it off. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to slowly turn it to open the thing, but if you use the mic, you blow the lid off. Literally. There it goes!
Oh no! The lid just flew off the jar.
Oops, I don't know my own strength.
Mr. Hyde, don't frighten me like that. Did you do that on purpose?
Of course not. I'm sorry.
There's no need to look so worried. I'm not gonna scream or anything.
Yeah, right.
It's okay. Dad doesn't seem to have heard a thing. If he asks about the noise later on, I'll come with a good story. Cover story. Relax, will you?
Ah, Claire, my beating heart. Too bad you're too young for me. I'll try. Here's the jar.
Thanks.
So, Claire, this wasn't the reason you want to talk to me, right?
No, Mr. Hyde.
Then please enlighten me. What's the problem?
Well, it's about Dad. I want you to talk to him for me.
About what?
It's been 7 years since Mom and Dad split up. I want to know if there was a special person in his life. You know, someone he could be happy with.
So you have your suspicions then?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow, I wonder what kind of... I mean, Sydney seems like a nice guy. I wonder what happened to him and his wife that caused him to split. And Claire decided to stick with her dad, so I wonder if she was the demon in that relationship or not. Or it could have been amicable. It's hard to say with that type of stuff.
But I think that he should tell me if he does. I'm his daughter after all. Problem is, I can't bring myself to ask him directly.
And you think it'll be easier coming from me?
No, not really, but... what can I do?
You gotta help her out. I want Claire to be all unhappy. Hey, hold your horses. I'll do it. Just gotta pick the right moment to ask.
You're wonderful, Mr. Hyde. Thank you.
Alright, so... I don't think there's anything else we can actually ask her.
You're wonderful, Mr. Hyde. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, let's get out of the kitchen now. It's my pager. I better head back to my room. What's this? Ah, Sydney's back. Hey, Mr. Hyde, didn't realize you're still around. I'm just leaving. Okay, catch you later. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. No, wait, sorry. 2 p.m. Now, if you have the winning bottle cap, you can go now to talk to Sydney about getting the pocket game, the Game & Watch game. If you talk to him, well, if it isn't Mr. Hyde, if I remember correctly, you were keen on hearing about when this place was a hotel? Yeah, that's right. Well, I have one story that's a bit of a mystery, if that would interest you. It would indeed. You already know about the 4th floor being left as it was back then, don't you? Yeah, I already knew that. But did you know about room 406? Apparently there's an even bigger mystery. There's something about that room that sets it apart from the others up there. Only that room? Yeah, just that one. According to the rumors, the room has never ever been used. Never even been used. Never been used? Why not? Well, that's a mystery. I've heard lots of reasons for ghosts to leaky roof, but none of them very convincing. There were plenty of baseless rumors flying around, but we never heard the truth. Just carried on right up to the point the place closed down. Something that sets the room apart. That's the story. Did you find it interesting? Yeah, it's just the kind of thing I've been hoping to hear. I'm glad to be of service. Alright, we can't talk to him again, but we can't really... Something else I can help you with, Mr. Hyde? Sydney. Is something wrong? Well... Actually, it's nothing. Talking about Claire, about what Claire asked me earlier is going to be harder than I thought. I'll hold fire for now and ask him later. Yeah, if you want to try to get that now, we'll do it in a later situation. Besides, we need to go talk to Rachel anyway about her pager. Well, about everything. So yeah, let's see what the good news is. Maybe Rachel's find out more about Condor or something like that. Huh? Who's there? Somebody's coming out of Betty's room. Say bye. I know that voice. Why would Mary be visiting Betty in her room? Well, we better inquire. Hey, Mary. What's going on?
Mr. Hyde? There's nothing going on, really. Excuse me.
Mary goes back in her own room. What did they get up to in Betty's room? Might be a good idea to find out. Now, let's see what before we answer this pager, let's go see what Betty has to say about that.
Hello,
Hello, Mr. Hyde. What can I do for you? I happen to notice that Mary was here just now.
Yeah, she only just left, actually.
What did she want?
Well, Mr. Hyde, why are you so keen on finding about that things that don't concern you?
Because I'm a former detective. I'm worried about her, that's why.
Worried? Why?
Because I've talked to her. She's given me more than enough reason to be.
So? Are you taking offense to her then? I guess she told you all about the money, right?
Oh yeah, she has. So she came to you about to discuss money?
We've got to have money. I'm afraid I can't say. She's sworn to secrecy. She told me explicitly not to breathe a word to anyone. And that includes you, Mr. Hyde.
I see.
Now we're just gonna stare at each other all awkward. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Bay returns to the confines of her room. Yeah, that was a bust. We'll get more information later. Let's head back to our room and talk to Rachel or Ed, whoever. One of them's got to have something for me. Time to give Rachel a call. Hello, Avon calling.
Frank Crown, how may I help you?
It's me.
I'll pass you over to Ed.
Thanks. Hyde, I've got some fresh info in the incident 13 years ago and Frank Raver. I called in a favor from an old friend. This is what came back. Firstly, listen up as this is important. It turns out that Frank Raver was not in charge of that case. When the incident occurred all those years ago, Frank Raver was away from the front line pushing pencils at some desk. Desk work? Right. When he was young, he was one hell of a cop. He was among the best. But the force began to move with the times as his method became under fire. Then, during his 40s, an internal investigation revealed certain things that resulted in him being relegated from the front lines. So that's what happened. But what's Frank's connection to the victim? That's something I haven't gotten to the bottom of yet. Why would a retired detective who wasn't even in charge of this case be connected to the victim? And why is he investigating the incident now? I know it smells fishy. It seems an incident went something like this. The party to commemorate the last day of the hotel was on the first floor. At some point during the festivities, Kathy, the owner's wife, disappeared. When she failed to reappear, the owner asked a member of the staff to take a look around. It didn't take long before he discovered her body. It appears that she died from cyanide poisoning from the wine she'd drunk. The cyanide was discovered in a bag lying next to the body. When the LAPD assessed the death, their initial reaction was to treat it as a suicide. But after forensics revealed that her prints were not in the cyanide container and her hugely expensive ring had been taken, the type of case was changed. Now they believe it's possible that she'd been murdered. The biggest problem they faced was the large numbers of guests that come and gone throughout the evening, making gathering statements difficult. Also, the bottle of Kathy's wine came from went missing. They couldn't find enough evidence for the case to be solved. So was her body really found in room 404, or was that just a rumor? No, that part seems to check out. I see. You know that room is still in the exact state it was back then. You mean the crime scene is still there? Precisely, Ed. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. When you were on the force, did you really not know Frank Raver? Are you serious? I've already told you I didn't. What are you trying to say? Nothing, just my senses tingling again. I just wanted to double check that you and he weren't old acquaintances. As I told you before, I knew his name, but we never knew each other. Hyde, the man who had Frank removed from the front line, was my ex-boss. You spec? Yeah, him. Listen, I'll keep looking for more clues about Frank and the murder. I'll see what I can dig up on your Scarlet Star, too. That's all I gotta say for now. Here's Rachel. And here's Rachel!
Hello, Kyle. About tomorrow.
How are the plans going?
How does 7 o'clock at the Del Leonardo sound? Spend Christmas Eve at a nice Italian place isn't bad at all, if you ask me.
I'd rather go to a Chinese place because that's what Christmas Story taught me. Sounds good.
I'll leave you to think of the present for meal and make sure you don't forget.
Got it. Actually, on Christmas, I usually eat Christmas with the family, so. Well, it sounds like that'll be fun. Alright, let's head on out. Hey? My buzzer suddenly sounds. Who's that? What do you want? Who's there? Betty?
Can you spare a moment? I want to talk to you about something.
This is strange. You wanted to talk to me. I mean,
I'm full of surprises. But look at this place. Have you even started your moving preparations, Mr. Hyde? Do you even have a place to go?
save your worries for someone else. Now, what have you got to say to me?
It's about Mary.
I'm listening.
Please don't pull such a scary face. It's about what happened when she came to my room earlier.
Did you already make it clear that you didn't want to talk about that?
That was then, this is now. And well, I thought it over and decided I'd better tell you. You don't mind, do you?
Tell me what happened.
Mary asked me to do something. She wanted me to buy a ring from her.
A ring?
Yeah, the one that she blamed Tony for stealing just a few days ago. Seems she's in need of cash and resorting to selling a ring.
Go on.
She said it could happen for $500.
A 3-carat diamond ring for $500?
That's what I thought too. I said that the price she was asking for was way lower than the value of the ring. But she insisted that as long as the money was in cash, the price was acceptable. So I bought it. After reflecting on what happened though, I began to think. It doesn't make sense to sell something that cheaply even if you need the money. I even considered that the diamond in the ring could be fake. I was wondering if you could take a look at it for me. Do you think it's real, Mr. Hyde?
I'm not a jeweler, you do know that, right? I won't be able to tell a real diamond from a fake one if they were labeled.
I was worried you might say that. What can I do? Maybe I shouldn't have agreed to buy the thing after what she told me.
What'd she tell you?
She told me the reason why she needed to get rid of it.
Well, are you gonna tell me?
Oh, what am I gonna do? If you can't help me, maybe Dylan can. Dylan might have a way of telling if it's a real diamond or not.
Wait, Dylan's a jeweler or something like that? Why did Mary want you to want to get rid of her ring?
She said that she doesn't like the idea of keeping it any longer.
Really? Why's that?
She told me about the circumstances the ring was given to her under, and how she couldn't keep it any longer knowing what she knew.
What kind of circumstances were they?
I thought you had been able to guess by now. I think she was trying to say that the guy who gave her the ring was no good.
Except her brother gave her the ring, right?
Maybe he bought it for another woman, or maybe he got it on the cheap. That's what I think anyway. That's the kind of reason a woman would get rid of a nice ring like that.
This. I see. What makes you think Dylan will know if it's a real diamond?
Well, one of his hobbies is collecting rare stones for one. He knows these things. He was boasting about having one of those special magnifying glasses too.
So why didn't you cut the middleman and go straight to him at the beginning?
Because I didn't want to spread this kind of stuff around, that's why.
Oh yeah, Dylan's kind of a gossip.
Dylan tends to keep a close eye on everyone, closer than we'd all like. I really don't want to break the promise I made of Mary.
But you talked to me though. Yeah, what's this? What's this promise? What promise did you make to Mary?
I promised her I wouldn't tell anyone about buying the ring from her.
You promised her that? Well, looks like you broke it anyway.
Well, that's different. It's you, Mr. Hyde. I know I can trust you to keep this to yourself. You're not planning to tell Mary that I told you, are you?
Maybe you should have made me promise that to you. Maybe you should have made me promise you that at the start. Sorry, I don't know. I got tongue-tied there for a second.
Yeah, maybe I should have. Why'd I have to buy it?
That is $500, dude. I wouldn't do that. Even if it was even if I could sell it for more. Mary told me that she got it from her dead brother as a present. So this is the ring that Mike Porter gave her. Betty?
What?
Could you show me the ring? Again? You just showed it to me last time. Betty, would you mind if I borrow the ring for a little while?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Da-da-da-da. We got a ring. Time to skip town, boys. No, I received the ring from Betty.
I will leave it to you to find out whether this ring is genuine or not.
Yeah, no sweat.
Okay, well, I'll see you later then.
Betty leaves the room. Now what am I gonna do? I suppose I could borrow Dylan's magnifying glass to take a look. Yeah, we need to go up to room 304 and go talk to Dylan. But yeah, we gotta find out how to way to check it without him figuring it out, because he's just a Dylan acts like a middle-aged woman. You know, gossip, gossip, gossip. Kind of reminds me of a song. I think it's from The Music Man, where it's the like gossip song or whatever from all the ladies in town. It's a pretty humorous song. It's like cluck a little, talk a little, cluck a little, talk a little, cluck, 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 talk, 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 or something like that. It's just making fun of them about being just gossip gabbies, basically. Well, Mr. Hyde, have you got a moment? Sure, what can I help with? Could you lend me your magnifying glass? My what? You know, the thing you use to check precious stones. I heard you got one. Well, you heard right. I've got one, but why do you want to borrow it? Yeah, I want to check out a jewel. No, I want to check out a crystal. We don't want to tell the truth. So. Huh? Oh, what would you be doing with a crystal? You know me, I'm full of surprises. Let's just say I have a certain interest. Well, I must say, I had no idea. I've kept it to myself. I thought I'd mention it to you as I heard you're a fellow collector. Well, that's right, I'm really into crystals. How'd you get into it? It's a long story. We're not going to go into it, by the way. It began during, or I guess we are. It began during my time in Manhattan. I had some time on my hands and decided to take a trip to the Natural History Museum. Really? Is it true what I heard about it, they're being able to touch the exhibits they have there? I'd give anything to take a trip there one day. You really know your stuff. Glad someone's finally noticed. Please come in, Mr. Hyde. We can talk more inside. Sure. Alright, well let's but we can't get past it now. Okay, anyway. It's like you won't let me pass. Dylan? Would you like to see my crystal collection? Sure, why not? There are some on the shelves and others on top of the table. Feel free to take a look. Yeah, remember last time we were here and we looked at those crystals? Well, it's okay, we're good. Yeah, unfortunately, I've actually gone through all this, so we actually have to, I think we have to look over all of it again, so. Yeah, I probably should have waited to do this now, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to check it at the time, so that way if I forgot or whatever. But I've already gone over all the descriptions for all these. I'm sure I've seen a piece of jewelry somewhere with a crystal like this. Yeah, it's pale green based on all the colors of the rainbow, so. Alright, let's see. Alright, where's his? There it is in there. The toolbox with the nail was pretty new. Let's see. Where is... Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to leave the place or whatever, so. I need to look at the... there it is. There's an open notebook on top of the table. Wait, there's a condor picture. What the heck? Where'd you get this from? There's a sketch in the corner of it's a bird spreading its wings. Huh. There's his magnifier. Anything else? No. There we go. Dylan has left a small magnifying glass on top of a notebook. This must be the magnifying glass Betty told me about. Hey, Dylan. What is it? That's a magnifying glass for examining crystals, right? This one's for examining jewels, but it'll give you some great close-ups of crystals, too. It's something no enthusiast should be without. You should go with one, too, Mr. Hyde. Mine is great for up to 10 times magnification, so it's perfect for jewels. I see. Would you mind if I use this, Dylan? Not at all. Go ahead. Feel free to take a closer look at some of my stuff, too. Thanks. It's my phone. I better get that. Excuse me, Mr. Hyde. All right, good time. He's distracted, so now we can examine the ring. So, hello? Okay, I understand, but looks like this call is going to drag on for a while. Maybe I can use this time to get familiar with that magnifying glass. Okay, let's examine the notebook again. All right. There's an open notebook. Okay, so let's take the ring. Betty bought this for Mary, so whoops, I didn't mean to combine it. Use, and then on the magnifying glass. I take a look at Mary's ring through the magnifying glass. Alright, now we got another mini game here, so. Alright, so we need to basically move it up to and focus on it. See, as you can see where... Okay. There you go. You basically just move up and down to focus it on Kyle. I can see something through the diamond. I can't be sure, but it looks like there's something engraved in the ring. Well, it's a dun dun dun. Huh? There's a design engraved in the base of the ring. Looks like... I put the magnifying glass back on the table. Huh? The picture in this notebook, it's... Why would Dylan have the same design here as I found on the base of the ring? Curiouser and curiouser. Dun dun dun. Mr. Hyde? Yeah? How'd you get on with that magnifying glass? No problem at all. It's a great example of the tiny details on stones using this, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Have you ever thought that there's a tiny planet inside precious stones like these? What, you mean like Men in Black? A tiny planet? If you view the cut edges up close and use the magnifying glass, you can see all kinds of grooves, valleys, and caves. It's a spectacular sight. I don't think I'll ever tire of looking at it. Viewing crystal like this is much more interesting than looking at diamonds. I'm sure you feel the same, right? Yeah, you got that right. Dylan, have you got a moment? What is it? What's that you've drawn in your notebook on the table? You mean the picture? It's a condor. A condor? Yeah, that's right. A huge bird from the Andes that preys on animals. So why'd you draw a condor? No reason. I was just trying to recreate something I saw up on the 4th floor. Oh, he's been up to the 4th floor. Well, I mean, we know he's been up to the 4th floor, but... What kind of picture did you see up there? Well, one of the rooms up there has a picture of a condor on the wall. It was stuck in my mind. I thought I'd go at drawing it. Which room was it in? It was room 406. The room that's not supposed to be touched, apparently. Hey, Dylan. Thanks for letting me take a look around in here. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Thanks again. I leave Dylan's room. Yeah, Dylan seems to be very, very creepy recently, so I don't know, just something about him. Why would the hotel's condor symbol be engraved on Mary's ring? What does the symbol mean? Not only that, there was something on Frank's tape, too. The state of the 4th floor is just as it was 13 years ago. My initial sweep of room 404, where Kathy McGrath's body was found, is complete. Before vacating this building, I must find the lost items connected with Condor. Condor. That picture of room 406 got me thinking. "3 p.m. Maybe we should go up to this room 406 ourselves and see what's up there. Yeah, let's head up to room 406 and find out what everyone's been. Well, everyone isn't, just me and Dylan, but still, or someone else. Who knows? I opened the fire door exactly as Dylan said to, then walk through. Yeah, we don't have to keep doing the whole put the door stop in anymore. We just auto do it. Why would anyone... I was like, why did I knock on the door? Yeah, that was an accident, actually. I meant to open it. The door's locked. It's not going to budge. Uh-oh, someone's coming. Who's that? Dylan. Dylan? I had a feeling I'd find you here, Mr. Hyde. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. You're here to take a look at that condor picture, right? Yeah, what if I am? The problem is that the door to this room is locked. And without the key, you can't get inside to look around. So it would seem. You want me to open up for you? You got a key then? Of course, Miss Patrice gave me the spare keys. I can get in any room I like. For maintenance purposes, of course. I'll lock it for you. Oh, Dylan's just giving me creepy vibes, man. No, there you go. It's open now. Thanks. Alright, now we enter the mysterious room 406. Now, where's that condor picture? And it's not our initial view. But somewhere. Oh, this is it, Mr. Hyde. The room where the condor picture is. Where's the picture of the condor? Where do you think? Cut the crap, Dylan. Go on, have a look around. Try to find it. You would have needed to look around anyway if I hadn't accompanied you here. Yeah, I've got a point. Anyway, I've got to go. I'll come back and lock up later. Dylan leaves the room. At least he's leaving us to our business, I guess. That's good. Now let's take a look around. See what they have to... See what's going on here. Over there in the corner is a chair covered in a sheet. Like a lot of the unused furniture, the sofa has been covered with a sheet. It almost looks like some kind of ghost sofa. I see nothing else on this side. Okay. Two small white tables are stacked up against the wall. I think that's all I can really access here, so... Yeah, what's with the creepy music in here? It's not really that creepy, but it's like very, very like dangerous sounding, it seems like. There's a white sheet covering the bed. It has a thick layer of dust on top of it. The curtains are violet mixed with dirty brown. They really need to be washed or thrown out. There's an old safe with a dial on it next to the wall. There's a large filing cabinet next to the wall. The drawers are all locked, so I can't open them. And this is all. No, I can't access that from here. Let's see, anything over there? Yeah. Another dusty table. There's a vase on the table. Almost seems too nice to be stuck up here. Well, sorry, that's stuck up there, though. A rusty old candlestick holder. Can we get some hearts if we destroy it? There's a rusty candlestick holder on the wall. Up close I could see the pools of wax and dust left behind after all these years. Huh. Makes sense. The wash basin is covered in layers of moisture and dust. The mirror is caked in dirt and the frame is orange from all the rust. I think going near the wash basin the mirror was actually made me dirtier. Oh, I can't actually click on the light switch. Well, never mind. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit that, so. Actually, I don't even need my notebook anymore because I already paid the money. I just did it just to show that, yeah, that's something you can do. The bathtub is covered in a thick layer of mold. This is disgusting. All the scrubbing in the world won't make this suitable for human bathing again. It's the taps for the bathroom. I can turn these once, but nothing comes out when I do. Water's disconnected, huh? There's a blue curtain covering the window. No one's going to be looking in there. It's a thankfully disused toilet. Why are you having me check the toilet game? The pipe is damaged and some of the screws look like they could fall out at any second. Might have to check that later. But, yeah, remember that for later. This thing held toilet paper back in its glory days. It's broken on one side, though. Guess the glory days are over. Okay, well, anyway, let's check this junk over here. Some beat up old chairs that are a little lacking in the stability department. They look like they're in serious need of repair. Damn, either fix them or throw them out. Don't just leave them lying around. Yeah, I have a bad habit of wanting to keep all my chairs too, even if they don't really work anymore. There's some rolled up carpets laying against the wall. Up close they look pretty moth-eaten in places. Some old carpets have been left leaning against the wall. I hope that the shade on this lamp wasn't white at any point. Even the light bulb was dusty. I won't try turning it on. There's a table in the corner covered in a sheet and various other things. There's a picture on the wall. The frame is slightly worn from age. It's an old photograph of Hotel Cape West from the outside. This photograph looks like it's from back when the hotel first opened. Looks like this picture from the time the building was still a hotel. The frame's a little crooked. I'll mess with it here in a second. I want to check the other. There's a discolored leather-bound book on the top of the table. It has a star symbol on the cover. A star? Mary told me about this.
My brother and husband used the word along with other others working at the hotel. It was a sort of secret code leading to the closing down of the party.
A star. I take the old album. This wrapped up picture frame is pretty big. Some picture frames have been wrapped up in the material and left on this table. They've been tied up too securely for me to unwrap them and take a look. Without getting caught or whatever. Okay, now we can check it again. Hotel. See, I already read that before. I don't know why I started doing that again, so. Huh? That design? Huh? Oh yeah, that's we need to. There's something underneath the frame. So I was trying to click the other thing, so we just need to. Yeah, you can move this thing all over the place, so. I'm supposed to be able to move it out of the way, so this might be another case of, let's see if I can. I have to do a double, I might have to do that double click thing again so I can actually get this to work. Yeah, I think I have to do that again because you're supposed to hold it up and then click on the. Actually, I think. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I was trying to get what I was trying to do. I was trying to get it off its hook, but I was having some trouble for some reason. So, the picture came off the wall. Ah, found it. Yeah, every time I kept pushing it up, it swiveled it upwards. I was trying to like get it to unhook. So, I think on the actual DS, it doesn't give me that issue, but because of the setup I got, it's a little bit more complicated. There's a picture of a condor drawn on the wall. This must be what Dylan was talking about. Now, why would this picture also be engraved on Mary's ring? I wonder why. There's a drawing on the wall of the condor spreading its wings. Must be the drawing Dylan was talking about. I think that's it, so, okay. And we already got the book, so, alright. Now we're done with this room for now, so. The room design in room 406 is the same thing as the one I found engraved on Mary's ring. That condor design's got me thinking. Before I get stuck in it, though, I better let Betty know what I found out. Alright, so back to room 203. I wonder if the elevator to the 4th floor works. Huh. Better get back and get that door stopped. Yeah, okay. I was just checking and see what he says when you do that, so. Now that through the door, I retrieve the door stop and put the lever back how it was. Okay. I was just wondering if it'd let me do the elevator, rest of the elevator there or not, so. Yeah, better go tell Wham Betty Bam Lamb what's going on here, so. Or what we found out. Sewer shark, or land shark. Hi. Have you got a moment, Betty? Oh, it's you, Mr. Hyde. Who were you expecting? Try not to get too excited. Were you waiting for someone? No, not really. Probably that Rex guy, right? I've checked out that ring for you. You did? Yeah. You better come in. Yeah, I don't want you talking in the hallway, because who knows could be hearing in on it, so. We've already... I think we've already examined your room before, haven't we? Now I'm legitimately trying to remember if we've checked Betty's room. I think we did. Yeah, we did. A while back when we were looking for her, Oh wait, no, I don't think we've actually checked her room. Never mind. I'm legitimately trying to remember if I've already checked her room before. I don't remember, but usually when you check rooms, Mr. Hyde, don't just touch things that aren't yours. All right, fine. Sorry, a detective can't help but detecting. Just say the same thing. Okay, just checking. I try to legitimately remember if I've checked her room. I think I did. Sorry, I took a break from recording these for a little bit, so I forgot some small details. Betty, tell me what you found out about the ring. I'm sorry about this, but checking whether the diamond in your ring is genuine or not, well, it may not be as easy as I thought. It won't? Did Mary tell you anything about the history of the ring?
No, not a thing.
Looks like Betty hasn't got a clue about the condor mark or its meaning.
Is there something wrong, Mr. Hyde?
Not really, it's just I remembered something when I was staring at the ring.
Remember what?
Something Mary told me about it. She was telling me how she came to have it. She got it from a present from her brother before he died 13 years ago.
Are you serious? I certainly didn't know that.
It's true, I'm afraid. Her parents died when she was very young and her brother looked after her. They were very close and the ring was a present from him to her. I'm sure that ring has great sentimental value for her.
You're right, it must have, but she didn't breathe a word of that to me when she spoke.
I imagine she was worried that you would have refused to buy it. This may not be what you want to hear, but I think you should return it to her. I'm sure it'd be for the best.
You may be right. I would never have bought it if I'd known all the facts. I don't think I'm up to handing it back to Mary myself. Would you mind doing it for me, Mr. Hyde?
What about the $500 though?
Tell her she can keep the money.
Okay. That's nice of you, Mary. Jeez. You sure about that?
Yeah, completely.
And if you say so, I'll return the ring.
Huh? Looks like I'm popular today. Let me see who that is.
Well, she is a cute lady, so maybe all of the guys are... Betty opens the door to see who it is and steps out of the hallway. I can hear the voices of Betty and her visitor from beyond the closed door. You said to get back to me today, right?
Yes, of course. Here you go. Sorry about that.
Who was it?
Just a friend. Nobody you know, Mr. Hyde.
Okay, then. I think it's time I got out of your hair.
Of course.
Yeah, who'd she talk to? I leave Betty's room. Wait, Charles? Charles in charge? Huh. Just walk past him. No, we need to talk to Charles. Charles?
So it was you in Betty's room just now?
Yeah, that's right.
For a moment I was certain it was that other person who'd paid her a visit.
I guess this means you came to see Betty then too?
Yeah, I did. I was there to get the key that I told her.
She said I didn't know who this guy was. Betty, why you be lying, you know? Who do you mean? Who did you think she come to see her?
Betty's new boyfriend, of course.
Her boyfriend?
Yes. The last time I went to see her in her room, he was also there.
What's his name?
I didn't ask, sorry.
What can you tell me about him?
Let me think. Well, there was something I didn't like about him. He certainly did live in this building.
Huh. Okay. Which key did she borrow?
It was the key to room 205.
205? That's vacant, isn't it? Why have you got a key to the room in the first place?
I've been looking after it for Billy.
Oh, right, your friend.
Yes, Billy Christie. He was here to the end of last month. We went to the same university. Even though he's moved out, we still meet each other from time to time at university. When I spoke to him 3 days ago, he asked if I could return the spare key for the room 205 to Miss Patrice.
The spare key?
Yes, that's right. Apparently he couldn't find the spare key when he was moving out, so he couldn't give it back to Miss Patrice in person. He managed to find it in the end though when he checked through his things again. That's the key that Betty borrowed.
Interesting. I wonder if we could get this key. Why did Betty need a spare key?
She just asked me for it one day. And when she heard that I was looking after it for Billy, she said she wanted to borrow it.
What made Betty ask to borrow the spare room to key 205 in the first place?
I think that was because her boyfriend had asked to borrow it.
Her boyfriend?
I was on my way to return the key to Miss Patrice, but she wasn't home. While I was in the lobby, Betty and her boyfriend turned up. That was when I told them I was looking after the key. Then Betty's boyfriend said something to her and she asked to borrow the key.
Why the hell would he want to see the room?
That's a question I can't answer, I'm afraid. He just stared at me when she asked. And I got the impression he's not someone I'd want to refuse.
Well, that's not good.
So that's how it happened and why I went to Betty's room to get the key just now.
Interesting. Hey, Charles.
Yes?
Would you lend me the spare key too?
I'll lend it to you. Why?
Well, we're all going to be leaving here soon. I thought I'd like to take one last look around. It'd be nice to see what room 205 is like. I really have to get it back to Mr. Patricio. I'll make sure you have it back in no time. What do you say? Okay, Mr. Hyde, why not? But I expect it back as soon as you finish looking through at the room. Don't sweat it. I'll be back before you know it. Da-da-da-da. We got the key. I received the spare key to room 205. I'm going back to my room now. Charles finished the speaking and heads off. Well, might as well see what that room's all about. So, and it's right there. The vacant room. Alright, no one's going to answer the door, so we need a spare key. Spare key to room 205. Got this from Charles. He said the previous occupant of 205 left it behind. I used the spare key to unlock the door to room 205. So Rex and Betty came in here, did they? Yeah, it looks pretty sparse, which makes sense. Room 205. Alright, let's take a look around. There we go. This cupboard is for storing crockery, but it's completely empty. The cupboard doors look like they could fall apart if I try to open them. Like all the rooms, there's a cupboard in the corner with a lock on it. Looks burnt. Some hot oil must have splashed on it. The stove looks like rusted in some places. Someone should have taken better care of it. The same built-in extractor that's supplied with every room. Up close I can see it's covered in spider webs. What makes man, spiders can get in everything, dude. Parts of the cupboard doors are discolored and brown. There's cupboards above the sink, just like in my apartment. The drawers look old and dirty. The cupboards at the bottom look a little grimy. There's a thick layer of dust on the sink. The wash basin is covered in dust and water stains. The mirror casts a dull reflection of the light from the rest of the room. Is that part of the same one? Yeah, already. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell which certain areas are different from the others, so. Okay. Nothing from that. Some balls have been left flying on the floor. They're not completely empty. Did this trash get left in here when the last resident moved out? The varnish on this cabinet is rubbed off in places. There's dust on it everywhere except the top. Must have been dusted for a reason. Did someone come in here? If so, what's for? Huh. Either that or someone had some fun on top of the cabinets. There are drawers on this side of the cabinet. There are some sheets of paper inside the drawer. But nothing else. Alright, well anyway, the thing you really want to do is check the upper left area, but there's a vacant lot behind the apartment building. That doesn't strike me as especially odd. Why do you mention that, Kyle? Well, you gotta be thorough, I guess. The hinges are broken on the closet door. It's impossible to close them. This closet's falling apart. Okay, well, anyway, the thing we want to check is the typewriter up here. There appears to be something on the shelf in the closet. There's a typewriter on the shelf in the closet. What's a typewriter doing here? Hang on, typewriter? The order sheets I got were all done using a typewriter. Could this be the one they were typed on? I take the typewriter out of the closet and place it onto the tabletop. Interesting. Alright, now we need to check the typewriter again. Now the typewriter is on the desk. There's a typewriter I took out of the closet. Damn, no paper. Well, we could get that paper because it's right here, so. There are some sheets of paper inside the drawer. Da-da-da-da. Just what I was looking for. I take the sheets of paper. Alright, now we need to use the paper on the typewriter. Sheets of paper. I found these in drawer in room 205. Now just feed in a sheet. I remember back in the day, you didn't have a computer, just print out the sheet. You actually had to have a typewriter and type and ribbon and ink rolls, and you had to type one key at a time. Oh man, those were the days. I remember how using a typewriter back when I was a kid. All set. Now to type on something. That was like old school right there. I remember all the T's were kind of skewed on the order sheet. You can kind of hit whatever you want. You can use as much paper as you want to, but really the important thing is using the is making sure to use the lowercase t at some point. So anyway, the way you do is you need to type release the caps lock, because yeah, back in the day it's just like keyboards where you had to have a caps lock to hit it to it would change the way you could hit on it. So bingo. All you have to do is type into like a letter and the T to activate or finish the puzzle off. So if you don't want to mess with all those, I was just typing it just to kind of mess around. So, but anyway, I guess that proves it. Looks like there was no denying that the order sheet was typed on this typewriter. Maybe that explains why Rex was so keen to get in here. Wait, that might mean that Betty knows something she's not letting on about. Okay, well, anyway, that's all we need to do here. So let's go back to Betty's room. Yeah, what do you know about Rex Viper? I mean, Rex. Oops, wrong way. Hey, Betty. You've been not telling me things.
What is it, Mr. Hyde?
I've got something to ask you, Betty. It's about room 205.
Room 205? You better come in.
And it's time for us to have a showdown, huh? We're gonna does the same thing happen if I examine some of her stuff? Yep, okay. Just good. Luckily, she doesn't actually get angry when you do that, leading to a game over right there with that, so. Hey, Betty.
Yes, can I help you with something?
It was Charles you were talking to in the hallway earlier. I'd like to know why you asked him to lend you the key to room 205.
No reason, I just wanted to see what the room was like, that's all.
So you went into the room?
Maybe.
What kind of answer is that?
The best you're getting. Why are you asking me this?
Betty, if you and that Rex guy are up to something, then I've got some questions for you. Now tell me what I want to know.
It's just what I mean by up to something.
You must have had a real reason to borrow that key. What was it? Now would be a good time to tell me.
There's nothing to tell.
Come on, I wasn't born yesterday.
It's a truth.
Gotta examine her, baby. Betty. Did you borrow it for Rex?
What?
There's no use in trying to hide it. You borrowed the key because he asked you to, right?
There's no fooling you, is there, Mr. Hyde? It's true. Rex asked me to borrow the key from Charles. He said he really wanted to use that room.
Why the hell are you even giving that guy the time of day? You do know what Rex does for a living, don't you?
Yeah, I know. He investigates insurance claims.
Investigate isn't a word I'd use. He's bad news. Did you know that too? It's like telling a teenager not to date the bad boy at school.
Yes, I know. But it's okay. After all,
Listen up. Oh, wait. So, whoops, I didn't mean to, I meant to ignore it. Whoops. Okay, well. I meant to not go further. It's not okay.
I already said it's fine. Besides, we're through already.
Betty, you've got to listen to me.
I'm not interested in what you have to say. What difference does it make anyway, whether it's good or bad? The problem is with you, Mr. Hyde, is that you don't know when to stop pushing.
I'm sorry, Betty. I just want you to understand.
Mr. Hyde,
what the hell are you even giving that guy the time of day? Okay, well, anyway, skip that. Yeah, I meant to ignore that. Sorry, I accidentally... my mouse button slipped, and I hit the, I hit the investigate button instead, but I meant to ignore. ... As long as you don't do the getting them angry multiple times in a row, you should be fine. But you can't do it. You can't do it a lot, otherwise you'll get a bad ending. So,
Mr. Hyde, I understand. I really do.
I know he's not really interested in me. Listen, Betty. Also, I know the real reason you started going out with me. So, did you know what he planned to do in room 205? I can't be 100% certain, but this is what he said. He told me that there was something he needed to check. Betty? Was it about Mary? Yes, I think it was. So he's still looking into her then. How should I know? I don't know whether he's still interested in her or not. I don't know anything. We don't speak anymore. Betty. Like I said, he seemed to be interested in Mary. I noticed it a while back. But after he got what he wanted, he stopped coming here. Ouch. Just dump, huh? Just get the information you want, just kick her to the curb. What was his real reason for going out with you? He started going out with me because he wanted to check the situation on the second floor. But he wasn't interested in him. Yeah, was it the tenants? Yes, that's right. He was keen on establishing who was friends with who in their relationships. That's what he came to find out. When I asked him why he was so interested in that, he said he was interested in putting a stop to Mary's accomplice. Mary's accomplice, huh? So he said he got what he wanted, and that's not my words, but I'm sure he did. He kept asking me all these questions about the people that live here. Then after he'd seen room 205 and taken a look around, he didn't contact me anymore. I didn't even have a number I could use to call him. Yeah, women get more emotional when it comes to stuff like this, so to like, you know, take advantage of her and then to just drop her like that can really sting. Although some guys would be like that too, but still. What did Rex mean by Mary's accomplice? I have no idea. Those are the first and last I ever heard on this subject. But he said he wanted to put a stop to them, right? That's what he said, but I have no idea what he meant. And why should I? After all he did was use me to get what he wanted. It's just like you said, Mr. Hyde. I did borrow the key from Charles just so Rex could get inside the room. But I just passed it on to him. I never went into the room myself. So I hope you'll believe me when I say I can't tell you exactly what I did in there. And that's the truth, is it? Cross my heart. Why would I want to lie to you, Mr. Hyde? I don't think you're lying. But if you knew he was only using you, Betty, why'd you stay with him? He was there when I felt lonely. He promised me he'd always be there for me. Guess he would say that. But I knew, even then. I knew he wasn't the type of man who keeps his promises. Well, it's sometimes why some women stay with an abuser, just because it's a sense of, not comfort per se, but it's a sense of like, I'm not sure I'm offering a good explanation, but some people will stay with a person just to keep normalcy despite what the other person will do to them. You know, like, or they'll do that one good thing for them, but then they'll ignore all the other bad stuff. So you may not want to hear what I think, but here goes. Men often go for lonely women. Maybe it's love, maybe it's not, I don't know. If loneliness brings you together, you'd be even lonelier when it ends. Mr. Hyde. Come on, Betty, you can't go around wearing a face like that. Oh, really? I can't believe I'm getting relationship advice from you. But it's true, you can't go moving around forever. Besides, smile and suit you. Can I ask you something, Mr. Hyde? Why is it you're so interested in Rex? Is it because you spoke to Mary? Did you believe what she told you? There are a number of things about her insurance claim that interest me. I'm curious about the whole incident. About that? Let me guess, you heard about me once being a detective from Rex, right? Yes, he did mention it. Thought he might have. Did he say anything else? No, just that. I see. Betty, did you ever see Rex posting a letter to anyone here? A letter? I've never seen it with a letter. Okay, if I come up with any more questions about Rex later on, would you mind answering them for me? No, not at all. Right, I better be going. Of course. I leave Betty's room. So now I know that the mysterious order sheet came from the typewriter in room 205. I discovered that Rex is trying to uncover a possible accomplice to Mary. What's Rex's connection to the order? Not only that, the engraved mark on Mary's ring in the one on the fourth floor. What do they mean? That means evil! ... I think it's time I gather my thoughts about all this that happened. I woke up on December 23rd with a hangover and a dry throat to boot. I grabbed a drink from the vending machine in the lobby, then called Rachel. She told me about the Hotel Cape West emblem. Right. Rachel told me about the Hotel Cape West emblem they used to use. It was an emblem in the shape of a condor. At Lucky's Cafe, Claire talked to me about a matter concerning her dad. After that, I came across Mary in the second floor hallway coming out of Betty's room. I returned to my room and called Red Crown. Ed was there and he had some light to shed on Frank's past. He told me he was disgraced by Hugh Speck. Right. During an internal investigation when Frank was in his 40s, his name came out. It was Ed's ex-boss, Hugh Speck, that was responsible. Betty came to my room to explain why Mary had paid her a visit before. Mary wanted Betty to buy something from her. It was a ring. Right. Mary asked Betty to buy her ring for $500. Betty was concerned about the diamond ring being fake, so she gave it to me to check. I decided Dylan might be able to help. I went to Dylan in his room, and while he was on the phone, I used his magnifying glass to take a look at Mary's ring. I discovered a small mark that had been engraved at the base. It was identical to the one Dylan had sketched in his notebook. It was an angel! No, that's the previous game. A condor. Right. I found a condor in Dylan's notebook and on the ring. Charles told me that he lent something to Betty. It was the spare key to room 205, and she had borrowed it on behalf of Rex. I got the key from Charles and took the opportunity to take a look around 205 myself. I tried a typewriter I found there and discovered that the T was slightly weird. No, it's slightly skewed. Right. When I pressed the T, the resulting print was higher than the rest of the letters. This matched the order sheet I received. I tried to find this was Rex's handiwork by putting the pressure on Betty. Unfortunately, talking to her didn't answer this question. The riddle behind the condor appearing on both Mary's ring and in room 406, together with Frank's connection to the incident 13 years ago. Past and present colliding like this, I'm left with even more questions. There's still no concrete link between those events and the lost Scarlet Star. Yeah, there goes that's the end of chapter 6 there, so. Well, all right, looks like chapter 6 is done, and we find out a little bit more about Betty and Mary situation, a little bit more about the condor, but so many more questions and so many more answers need to be figured out. So what awaits us in chapter 7? Are we going to get that dinner with Rachel and Mila, or are things going to change to prevent us from that from happening? We'll find out next time in chapter 7 of Last Window, The Secret of Cape West. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.